But you should have seen him when he first saw him. Oh, wrong lyric. Got me. My boy only breaks his favorite toys. Toys. Oh, I'm queen of sandcastles he destroys. Oh, oh. I had to cut myself off. My lack of talent is honestly impressive. Can I say something? I feel like people would dub Taylor Swift a soprano. She's an alto, and we don't talk about that. We ain't talking about that. Another thing we're not talking about is, I am filming in my car. It is a long story that I'll probably tell you. Okay. Anyways. Hey, you guys. I bit my tongue saying that. Hey, you guys. Welcome back to The Buzz with Beth. Usually I'm in a studio. This time I'm not. And I know what you're thinking. You're looking at me and you're thinking, I've never seen someone look so attractive in a vehicle. Well, me neither. But I'm looking at myself and Jesus Christ, I got it going on. I am in my car. I will be completely honest with you guys. This video, or this episode, is going to come out late. I had a really difficult time filming the pod because, well, I'll be completely transparent. I've been going through a lot, and when I went to go record the podcast, I got really in my head about it, and I was like, I'm not even funny. So, I was like, I'm not even going to do it. I'm going to have to, miss an episode and break the news. And my mom was like, Beth, the show must go on. So, I do what I do best, and when I'm not feeling it, I change scenery. And this time, we're in my car. This is my Kia Soul named Betty because it's gray. Betty, I won't make assumptions about why you switched your homeroom, but I think it's 'cause of me. This is my car, my Kia Soul, and I know a lot of people want to hate on the Kia Soul. You don't know. You don't even know what you're talking about because this car has been amazing, okay? It has an amazing AC that is currently off because I don't want you guys to hear the AC going. I am hot. But there's a panoramic sunroof, okay? If I crash on my head, I'll die, but it looks really cool. And leather seats, electric seats. I love my car, okay? And I'm pretty sure my car is probably a lot more maxed out than yours. So, if you go talking about how bad the Kia Soul is, Kia Soul Defender. So, talking about souls, can I tell you guys something? This is just a random fact. This is so weird. It seems like everywhere I go, specifically Walmart, every single time, without fail, Soul Sister plays. I don't know why. And I'm like, of all the songs, why Soul Sister? Every single, by Train, hey, Soul Sister, you know the one. I'm not kidding. I feel like you guys aren't even going to believe me when I'm telling you this. Every single time I go to Walmart, every single time, they play Soul Sister. And then, just often, when I go to other places, they're playing Soul Sister, but every single time I go to Walmart. And it's so weird. I don't know why. But I've noticed it. It's happened so many times that it's I have noticed it, and it's just so weird. And it's always by the time I get back to the technology section, I feel like they're watching me, waiting for me to come in, and they're like, okay guys, gear up. Let's play Soul Sister. It's really weird. I don't understand it, but I've noticed that, and if I go back to Walmart and I catch it, I'll try to record it. We'll see. Anyway. My sister's here. Well, she's not in the car. She's out walking around. We're downtown. So I can record this. I'm just in a random. I'm in a random parking lot that I'm pretty sure I'm not supposed to be in. But whatever. Whatever. I got a coffee that needs to be stirred. Hold on. ASMR. Okay, they put a lot of cream in that. Oh, I can feel it go down. Okay, what was I talking about? I don't remember. Anyway, last episode, I talked a lot about the Superman film. Update on that. I ended up putting that film in my top 4 on Letterboxd because I just have not been able to put that film down. That movie is so good. Do you guys think it's kind of pretentious when people are like, don't call it movie, it's a film? I'm like, they're synonymous, right? Like, movie, film, I don't know. Because I use them interchangeably, okay? Whatever. I think that sometimes, whatever, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, you can see my bra. And do I care? No. What was I talking about? Oh, yeah. So I ended up putting it in my top 4 on Letterboxd just because it's so... I just haven't been able to put that film down. It's such a good one. It is. And I said this last time. If you get the chance to go see it, please go see it. It's so good. I feel like the consensus I have seen is that it just gives hope. But anyway, that's not even what I'm talking about. I spoke about Superman last time. Well, because I did that, one of you all asked me to go watch the Fantastic Four movie, and I was like, hey, I'll see. I can't make any promises, but I'll try to get tickets. We did. My sister and I, we went to our local movie theater, which is back open now. So, yay. This is weird. I think I mentioned last episode that they closed down our local theater, so we've been having to go into the city to go watch the movies. Yeah, they closed it down for renovations. Well, they have now opened it back up, and that's when we went to go see that's where we went to go see the Fantastic Four movie. What renovations did they do? That place looks exactly the same. I don't know. They made such a big deal about it. They post on Facebook. They're like, we're doing renovations. I go in there. What? They added a place to get you. Now you can get your drinks yourself now. I don't. And speaking of, they have like the self-serve soda dispensers. They put it so high up, guys. I'm 5'2". I can't see when the drink gets full. It's way too high up. So I'm over here on my tippy toes. Anyway, I went to go see Fantastic Four. I had a good time. I had a really good time. It was such a good movie. It was, I think it's based in the 50s, right? Now I gotta look it up. Oh, it's supposed to be inspired by the 60s. So is it in 68? I think that's when it said. It said the year in the movie. I don't know. Anyway, the reason I bring this up is because I thought aesthetics-wise, so good. I like visually, it was very pleasing to look at. I liked all the colors. I think they really nailed it on kind of giving it that 60s look. I had a good time. It felt I don't know. It was just good. That's like my vibe. I love 60s like aesthetics, like the colors, designs and stuff like that. So that was fun for me. But you know what? Let me read you. I gave the movie a 5 stars on Letterboxd. But can I tell you guys something? I feel like I give most movies 5 stars. People, their rating system is so crazy. They'll be like, it was good, 2 stars. If it was good, at least you're getting 4 for me. But I pretty much give every movie 5 stars because I'm just like, if I go watch a movie or just watch a movie in general, if I have a good time, you're probably getting 5 stars. Because I mean, isn't that what it's all about? I don't know why people are so like stingy when it comes to rating movies. I don't know. Anyway, this is the rating I gave it. 5 stars. In the title, Galactus was such a big bag. I loved this movie. I had such a fun time. I thought every actor did their character justice. Also, the aesthetics were top tier. Galactus was so crazy trying to eat that baby. Get a moon pie or something. P.S. To those of you that are just now starting to love Joseph Quinn, get out of here. I've been a hashtag Joseph Quinn lover since day one. That's my man. And that is a good point, because now some of you are like, you know what, he is kind of hot. He's kind of hot. He's been hot. Are you out of your mind? I've been here. I'm pretty sure, I'm trying to think. I'm pretty sure one of my first celebrity crushes that I did on The Buzz with Beth was Joseph Quinn. He was one of the first. I don't know, y'all. Some of you guys are so, like, form opinions for yourself. That's one of my biggest pet peeves is, like, bandwagon hate. I hate that so bad. Form opinions for yourself, people! Form opinions for yourself. I want to grab both your shoulders and shake, baby, snap out of it. But literally, form opinions for yourself. Oh my god. I feel like it's the Benson Boone effect. You know, like, people want to make fun of Benson Boone, and I mean, if his music's not your thing, whatever. I mean, go you. I mean, at least that's like a valid. But people want to hate and hate and hate just because everyone else is, and I'm like, dude, oh my god, form an opinion for yourself. Jesus Christ, that gets me so bent out of shape. Bandwagon hate, just I don't like that. Anyway, but no, I really like the Fantastic Four film. I wish I could like give like some like valid like a good review on it, but I don't know. Maybe I just don't watch movies like I don't want to say I don't watch movies like that because I do. I don't know. I thought it was good though. I recommend go watching it. I think it was pretty good. I had a good time watching it. But why do I say Galactus was such a big bag? Basically, the whole premise of the film was that you have the Fantastic Four. Oh my god, now I don't even remember what her name was. Jesus Christ. Did I even watch it at this point? Sorry, I'm blank. Okay, Sue Storm. I knew that. Why did I? Okay. Sue gets pregnant. And she has a baby. And the plot of the film is that the predator or the villain, the Galactus from another galaxy, wants to eat the baby. And I don't say that to water down the plot, but that is like what the plot is. I don't understand it completely because I don't really know superhero stuff. I'm sure that's probably what happened in the comics, probably. But that's like what the film is about. Like Galactus wants to eat the baby for nutrition or something like that. Am I wrong on that? What if I'm completely off base on that? He wants to eat the baby, right? Because I remember her character, Shala Ball, was like, Galactus needs your baby for nutrition, right? Am I crazy? Am I crazy right now? Why do I feel like I'm so off base with that? Anyway, it doesn't matter. But the whole film is basically Galactus trying to eat the baby. And Sue Storm and Reed, they're both like, why do you want to eat the baby? The baby doesn't have powers, because they tested it many a time. It was crazy. I had such a good time though. It was fun. I'll tell you this though, when I was in the theater, I ate so many Skittles. I was sick to my tum. Okay? It was bad. But no, I had a fun time. Who else was in the movie that I recognized? Oh my gosh, I'm looking at it. Not that big of a cast, for real. But no, Joseph Quinn was so fine in that movie. The white pants. What? Yeah. What else was I going to talk about? Not to be that person who's always on their phone when they're recording, but I'm not in the studio, so I have my list of things to talk about on my phone. Okay. You guys, I had such a bad day yesterday. It was so awful. First of all, I was going on about 3 hours of sleep because I had spent the whole night writing, and I only slept for 3 hours, and then I had to get up and I had to go to the city to go back to school shopping, okay? Well, my sister and I, we had to go to a thing, and then afterwards we were going to go back to school shopping, and we thought it was going to be fine, okay? I don't know, I guess we did not foresee this happening, but obviously it's August, it's August 3rd, obviously people are going to be back to school shopping. I don't know why that didn't occur to us, but we went to Target because, well, we're hurting for money, and they were having a sale on, or not even a sale, it's just their stuff was cheap, and we needed some school supplies, so we went to Target, and you guys, there were so many people there, it made me nauseous. There were so many people there. It was so, guys, it was so overstimulating for me. I don't know if you guys know this about me. You can probably tell just by the nature of how I am. I have horrible... What the heck? Can you hear that? I don't know. Okay. So I turned my cooled seats on because I'm getting hot. There were so many people, and I have horrible anxiety. And when I get in big crowds, it really hits then. I get very, just so anxious. And yesterday, there were so many people at the Target. I lost my mind. And it was so awful because it was so loud. There were people everywhere. And there were so many babies crying. Okay? And nothing against the babies, but that's not a pleasant sound. And one of them was like screaming bloody murder because she had to go back to school. I get it. I don't want to go back to school. And it was just awful. I had a horrible anxiety attack. We left Target and we went to Barnes & Noble, and I was still suffering from what had happened at Target. We had to just leave. We had to call it a day, and we went home. Guys, we went home, and I was just like, I turned in at about 3 o'clock. I went to bed at 3 o'clock p.m., and I didn't wake up until about 10 p.m. It was so bad. God, it was so bad. Ugh. But today's a new day. Every day is a winding road. Ugh. Yeah, it sucked butt. But whatever. Dude, I have like a tiny tripod, and there's a big bug outside. And I'm using like a wad of cash to like prop up the tripod so it's even. Wad of cash. It's just some ones. Over here like I'm rich. Yeah, I have a dollar bill. There's a person walking by. I wonder if I know them. I don't know. I can't even see them. I'm not wearing my contacts. Anyway. Next topic. God, can I tell y'all something? It really has to take a true talent to be able to do segues. I don't think that's ever going to be something I can do. Because I feel like to be able to do a segue, you really have to plan out the things that you're going to say. Like, I plan out the things I'm going to talk about, but I don't write. Like, I'm not writing everything I'm going to say. This is just off the cusp. I don't know. Anyway, but no, actually maybe back to school. I don't want to go back to school, you guys. Now, given college is 1,000 times better than high school, middle school, elementary school, all of that was for me. I just popped my arm. But man, I don't want to go back. Like, I enjoy being in school. Here's what I don't enjoy. I'll tell you. Here's what I don't enjoy. Group work. Oh my God! Rah! I hate group work! I hate it! If you could not tell, I hate group work quite a bit. Can I turn these on? Group work is genuinely, that's like, I think group work was something that was crafted by the devil. I do. Group work was something that was crafted at the hands of Lucifer himself, okay? That is so bad, because I'll tell you this. It's always me that ends up having to do the heavy lifting. It is. Because everyone wants to suddenly be incompetent. Everyone suddenly wants to be incompetent. And then I have to do all of the heavy lifting. I mean, God! I'm getting angry. I hate group work. And I'm in my major, as of now, subject to change, knowing me. I'm in the communications building, and I don't know what it is. It's like, you're in communications, and suddenly they want you to, like, work with people all the time. What the freak? I ain't into that, man. I ain't into that, okay? If it were up to me, I'd be locked in my room all day. That's not even true. I would, if it were up to me, I would go explore the world with not a single person to bother me. And that's what I'm not looking forward to. And you know what else? Ugh, icebreakers. Hi, my name's Beth, and this summer I stayed in my house. Thank you. What are you supposed to say? Honestly, I think I'm just gonna have to tell a lie. Because they're always like, and tell us one thing you did over the summer. I didn't do squat, dude. I don't have money. I don't have money to do anything fun. And everyone's talking like, yeah. Hi, my name is Madison, and I went to the Florida Keys. Madison, your dad is a realtor. You're rich. Of course you went to the Keys. I stayed home all summer, so it was great. I don't know. I'm just not looking forward to it. I don't want to do like the whole icebreaker thing. Or they're like, do 2 truths and a lie. Guys, the last time I had to do an icebreaker and I did 2 truths and a lie, I said my 2 truths and a lie, and then they were just like, oh, that's interesting. And then they didn't guess and they skipped me. And 5 minutes later they came back and they're like, wait, did we? And then they just didn't. They're like, wait, did we forget you? And I was like, yeah. And they're like, so, and then moved on. I was like, okay. Weird stuff. You know what I did last night? Don't tell my mom, she's gonna see this. I trimmed my bangs. Just slightly. I thought someone was next to me. Would you have died? I would have. I probably would have. I probably would have gotten killed on video. Wouldn't that be kind of fierce? It wouldn't be. Okay. This is something I wanted to talk about. When I was in elementary, yeah, we're switching subjects now. We're switching subjects now. I hated gym class. Hated gym class. All right? And it would be like every week they wanted to do. Every week they wanted to do these tests on the kids, and it's like at least once a week you're doing the pacer test, and I'm like, I can't do it again. I hate the pacer test because you wonder what they did to me. This was in elementary school. They would test all of the children on their athletic abilities, and then after you've done everything over the course of a few days, you would get like a little slip of paper that would tell you what you need to work on. And in mine, they were like, you need to work out more. I was 8, dude. And everyone else is like, you did really good. Have a good summer. And mine said, yeah, so really need to get out more. You really need to get out more, you little fat girl. They didn't say that last part, but they did say, they're like, you really need to work out and increase your athleticism. And I knew what that meant. And then you have everyone asking, what'd you get? What'd you get on yours? And I was just like, she said I was like really amazing. Lying. I was lying. Because, guys, here's the thing. Because we had to do that pacer test. You know what I did? I was just like, I was doing it. I made it about 3. No, I made it more than that. I think it was like 13. I made it like 13 times across. I think. I may be pushing you with that. But I was just like, I couldn't do it anymore. I didn't want to do it anymore. I was done. And so I went to my teacher. I was like, I just can't. I feel like my legs are going to collapse. I'm sick. And she's like, okay, go sit down. And I was like, thank God. And then I was just like, usually on like a regular day, I would have really nailed this, guys. But you just caught me on a bad day. When in reality, I was never going to get it, girl. I was never going to get it. Never going to get it, never going to get it, never going to get it. Whoa. It was, I remember that. And then they'd want you to, like, walk like a crab across the gym floor. But their crab walk was where you'd, like, basically hands and feet on the ground like this, and you just kind of like waddle across or something. And I hated it. I couldn't do that now. I definitely could not do that now. My arms are way too short. My butt would hit the ground because I have a dump truck, guys. This butt, yeah. You know it. Anyway, I was seeing if that helped the lighting some. It's not going to. I think I'm just going to have to, like, edit it some. I can do that, though, because I'm really tech savvy. You guys know me. Hey guys, Editing Beth here. What you're going to see now is a change of lighting, because I'm going to fix it and make it a little brighter. I thought I should say something so it didn't just happen. I don't know. I'm going to fix it. Anyway, I hated gym class. And you know what else? I hated dodgeball so bad. And when I was in elementary school, I had to do this after school program. I've spoke about this before. It was like if your parents like couldn't pick you up after school because of their job. Both of my parents work, and so the way their jobs fell, they just were not off at the time school let out. So we would go to this after school program. Basically, they babysit you, and you could do your homework, and then after homework time, you go play and whatnot. But they'd always want to go into the gym and play dodgeball or games on a similar level as dodgeball. Y'all know rainbow tag? My sister and I were long-running champions of rainbow tag. Yup. Anyway, when I was in elementary school, and it was after school, my sister had gotten out. We were playing dodgeball. My sister had gotten out. Everyone was out. Except me. I was the only one left. And you may be thinking, oh, Beth, you must have won. No, they were not going to let me win. They moved forward with putting the teacher in. This is like horror movie stuff. And the teacher, she was like in college. So she wasn't even teacher. She wasn't a teacher. She was like just someone who volunteered to do the after school program. It was called Stables. That's what they would call it, because our school mascot were Morgans, like the horse. So they'd call the after school program the Stables. And they had this girl who volunteered for it. They put her in to beat me, okay? So she had this dodgeball. And I'm not kidding you guys. This is what she did. She was like, with ball in hand. She's like, hey, Beth. Are you scared? Come here. I'll be nice. And just looking at me like she's going to kill me. And then I didn't know what to do, so I was just like, I looked around for help. My eyes, like, I didn't know what to do, so I start running. And this woman takes this dodgeball, and she's like, Rah! And it hits me as if I had been shot. I go down. It was insane. I was like, you're so aggressive. I'm 9 years old. And you're trying to kill me? You're trying to kill me. I'm 9. At your big age. She really tried to take me down. And then, once I was out, everyone's cheering and applauding. I'm on the ground like this. I don't even know if my sister was there that day. She may have been absent or something. I don't know. No, if she was absent, then my mom would have just come. My sister must have just been out. I don't know. But it was insane. They were so mean. That teacher that was in it, she wasn't that volunteer, the person who was running the whole thing. She was mean. I did not like her. Wonder what she's doing now. Weird stuff, guys. But she sucked. I ain't with that. Hey, Editing Beth here. Y'all want to know another thing that happened? My sister told me about this a little bit ago. As in probably about 7 hours ago. Anyway, another thing that these teachers did. My sister, we were playing like dodgeball, right? And my sister and one of her friends were like, I guess they were kind of in the back or something, and they were trying to like not get hit. But those people, like the teachers, were like, you're not participating, so you're out. And they got them in trouble, got my sister in trouble, and were so mean and yelling at her. And then, so my sister was crying. And one thing about me is if I see my sister crying, I will cry. So
I start crying too. And then they started yelling at me. Little me. Because I was crying. I remember it so vividly. They're like, why are you crying? And I go, because you yelled at her. Oh my God. It was crazy. It was crazy. And they had horrible fashion sense. So, who's really losing?
Oh, and another thing. I was in this stables program. I was in it for a really long time. I was probably in it the whole time I was in elementary school, other than 5th grade. Because then my sister went off to middle school, and then my mom would come pick me up after that. But it was crazy. And I remember they're like the people who attempted to teach me how to tell time. They taught me how to tell time wrong. Isn't that crazy? And then there was one time, this is sick, as in bleh. There was one time, there was a storm that was coming. There was a storm that was coming. It was like rain, clouds, the whole thing. It was bad. I remember all the kids, the storm was like looking kind of bad. So all of the kids were like looking out the window, seeing what was going to go down. And then this huge thing of lightning came down, like, and it scared me. And it like, I screamed. And this teacher came in. This was an actual teacher who wasn't even over my section of this after school program. She looked after like the little kids. And she just walked in and she goes, "We don't scream in this room." And like yelled at me. Of course I start crying, because if you yell at me, I will cry. I will cry if you yell at me, and always been that way. Always will be. Always have been that way. And I remember my mom came in to pick me up. Don't mess with my mom, okay? Don't mess with my mom, you guys. My mom came in, she saw me crying, because she was there to pick my sister and I up, and she's like, why are you crying? Why are you crying? And I was like, I saw lightning outside, and I screamed, and they yelled at me. And my mom was like, who yelled at you? And I pointed her out, and then the lady saw me point her out. And my mom looked at her, and the lady saw me do that, and she was like, well, no, I mean, she was just like screaming and making this horrible, and my mom was like, she's a child, scared of a storm, and you're gonna yell at my child? What kind of psycho are you? My mom let her have it. Don't mess with my mom. Don't mess with my mom. And my mom let these people have it many times, because they were like, I'm not kidding you guys, they were kind of awful. These people were awful, awful, awful people. And like the people who were running it, they were so, I told this story once before, but I'll say it again. There was one time it was after school. Duh, that was the whole point of it. It was after school. And this, I don't know, I guess some kids were being, bad, and they did that thing where if one person's bad, it ruins it for everyone else, which I ain't with that. But they basically, because some kids were acting up, they're like, okay, everyone put your head down, and we're gonna be like that for the rest of the time we're here, no talking. And my mom walked in to pick my sister and I up, and she saw everyone with their head down, and she was like, what's going on? Because obviously that's sadistic. That's literally awful to have every child like head down. You couldn't even have your head like off of the table, and I could barely breathe. Okay, I could barely breathe because it's just hot air hitting the table coming back. I couldn't breathe. Oh, I had my mic all the way down there. I could not breathe, you guys. It was awful, and I was so hot. So my mom walked in. She's like, what's happening here? And the teachers were like, well, they were being bad, so that they had to lay their head down. And my mom was like, do you realize how much this is like torture to children, actual children? Do you realize what you're doing? How awful this is? And they were like, well, they were being bad, so we had to punish them. This is their punishment. And she was like, they're kids. They're going to act up. That doesn't mean you suffocate them. She let them have it again. And then they wanted to be like, well, we're so good to them. We're so good to these kids. We literally bought them pizza. And my mom goes, this is about pizza? How much was the pizza? I'll pay you right now. And it was insane. My mom, she let them have it, dude. She let them have it. And she did that so many times because they were like kind of awful. They really were. They would they were mean. I'm like, why would you volunteer to, like, take care of these children when clearly you don't even like children? Like me, I don't want to ever take care of children. So you know what I'm not going to do? I'm not going to sign up to take care of children. It was cray-cray, y'all. It was cray-cray. It really was. I ain't with that. Oh, I thought that leaked everywhere. That was just some bad stuff. Okay, I fixed the ISO so it's not as dark. Ooh, I should have done that way before. It's been dark forever. Anyway. There's a part of me that, I gotta be honest, I think will always want to be a ballerina. I remember being a young girl watching Angelina Ballerina, and it, like, changed something in my head, and I really wanted to be a ballerina. I would try standing on my toes, and I got to a point where I could kind of do it. I'd have to, like, I'd have to do it on a pillow because, you know, my toes would hurt, but I could do it. And then, this is a turning point. Then my sister and I, we watched the American Girl movie of McKenna, you know, where she's a gymnast. And then my sister and I really wanted to be gymnasts. So my mom put us in tumbling. I was about 6 years old. And my mom put us in tumbling because we really wanted to do it. And mind you, I was also a big fan of Angelina Ballerina, who was a mouse. And this is so awful. I was 6. Our tumbling teacher, she had a face that was kind of like this. Very squinched up. And I thought she looked like Angelina Ballerina, who, to me, was so pretty. And so I took it upon myself to go tell her this. And I walked up to her, and I was like, you look like a mouse. And she was like, oh. And I was like, hey, you look like a mouse. And she was like, oh, thanks. And I was like, bye, and left. And I did not, and now looking back, I'm like, I can't believe I did that. And my mom was like, let's leave, Beth. And so we left, and I was just like, I thought she looked like Angelina Ballerina. Can I even pull up a picture? To me, Angelina Ballerina was so pretty. And now, even looking back, she didn't even look like her. And that's the sad part. She didn't even look like her, and it was like that whole thing was done in vain, you know? I insulted her to her face in vain. And was that my intention at 6 years old? No. That was my way of telling her she was pretty. Because I thought she was pretty. And, you know, she was a gymnast, you know? And to me, that was kind of like being a ballerina. And so, in my head, it made so much sense. But when I went to tell her, I was like, you look like a mouse. Yeah, that was cray-cray. Am I a bad person? Yeah. Anyway, well, that's been all of this episode. I love you guys so much. Meow. Oh, this has been The Buzz with Beth. And I am your host, Bethany Haven. I love you guys so much. Meow. Meow. I don't know why I'm meowing weird. Meow. The Gary meow. Meow. Oh, okay. Have I told you guys my impression of Jason Aldean? He has a song called My Kind of Party. And this is like, go listen to that song and then come back and hear my impression. And you're going to say, oh, that sounds the exact same. 3, 2, 1. You can find me. Perfect impression. You can find me. You can find me. That's like a great impression. And you guys, I don't know why I've just been doing that lately. Anyway, you know another good song? You want to know an amazing song? Fancy by Reba McEntire. What do y'all know about Reba? Get into that. Here's your one chance, fancy, don't let me down. Said, here's your one chance, fancy, don't let me down. Forgive me for what I do. Oh my God, that song is amazing. Well, I love you guys. Bye.
1, 2. Eat my effing poo. Yes, I just said that. What you gonna do? You gonna cry? Because I took you by surprise.